In Activity 4, Observing Everyday Tools, students first explore tools as objects that help people make, build, move, compare, or fix objects. The students then match tools with their uses. From the kit, you will need Activity Sheet 4, index cards, large paper clips, plastic spoons, and plastic trays. You will also need to provide primary color crayons, pencils, blunt tip scissors, wooden block, hammer, nail, and newsprint. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 4 for each student. For each team, put together a tray containing 2 primary crayons, 2 pencils, 2 paper clips, 2 plastic spoons, 2 pairs of blunt tip scissors, and 6 index cards. Remember to set aside one of each of the objects to use during your demonstration and discussion. Next, cut out a circle from a sheet of newsprint and set the wooden block and nail on a table. Make sure to have a hammer handy for your demonstration. To help your students observe and recognize tools, you may wish to prepare a tool display of everyday classroom, kitchen, and workshop tools for students to observe and discuss. To begin the activity, gather students around the demonstration table. Pick up the nail and try to press it through the block. Ask students, "Why can't I push the nail through the wood?" Students may suggest that the wood is too hard or that you need a tool such as a hammer to do the job. To demonstrate, pick up the hammer and pound the nail into the wood. Introduce the term tool to the students as an object that helps us make, move, build, or fix something, and explain that a hammer is a tool. Briefly discuss some tools students are familiar with, such as chalk, ladders, paintbrushes, and so on. Encourage students to understand that we use different tools to do different types of work. Introduce the term observe to the class and explain that when scientists observe an object, they use their senses to explore the object to find out information about it. Next, distribute a tray to each team and give them time to examine and handle the tools. Encourage the students to think about what the tools do and to observe them as a scientist would by using their senses. Distribute a sheet of newsprint to each student and show the students the circle you cut out during the preparation. Ask the students to tear their paper into a circle. After a minute or so, ask, what tool might make this job easier? What tool could you use to make a paper circle? Students will probably mention scissors as a tool that could make the job easier. Then let the students use the scissors to cut the paper into a circle. If necessary, distribute another sheet of newsprint. Ask students to think about tools they have seen or used and begin a tools and uses chart by listing these tools in the first column. For each tool the students mention, ask, what job does this tool help us do? What can we make or build or fix with this tool? As the students describe each tool's use, write the use in the second column of the tools and uses chart. Encourage students to think of tools they use in the kitchen and outdoors, as well as in the workshop and classroom. Next, draw students' attention to the index cards on their trays. Ask students, which tools would help you write and color on the cards? Students might mention pencils, crayons, markers, and paints. Have each student write and color 3 index cards. Then ask, which tool will help keep the 3 cards together? Students should suggest the paper clip. Have the students use the paper clip to clip the cards together. Ask students, which tool on the tray have we not used yet? Students should identify the spoon as the tool they haven't used yet. Ask, what do spoons help us do? What do we use spoons for? Students will probably say that we can use a spoon to eat or to put food in our mouths. To review, complete the tools and uses chart. Students may name additional tools and tool uses that you may choose to add to the chart. Finally, distribute a copy of Activity Sheet 4 to each student and have students complete the tool matchup on the sheet. To conclude the activity, collect the tools and return all materials to the kit. Recycle the newsprint and the index cards. Remember to keep the experience chart on display throughout the unit. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science readers, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.